I heard actually that with Pittsburgh, that maybe about 10 years ago, after they started their whole green, or maybe 15 years, they started the green initiative. You know when you go through the tunnel?
Right.
That it was like smog. You couldn't even see into the city.
A little smog.
A little smog.
It's nice.
Yeah. Alright, it's beautiful now. Alright guys, well, okay, so I'm going to be singing a song with, no I'm not. So please put your hands together for the amazing Oak and Gorski.
I don't know if I would call us brave. I screamed like a little girl whenever the earthquake started. I ran into a parking lot and stood in the middle of it and screamed some more.
Yeah, I was actually in a doctor's office waiting room waiting to get my stomach checked out when the earthquake started. I was in Fukushima, and I was still wearing the slippers that you wear in Japan when you go inside. And I ran outside, and honestly, it was the most terrifying experience I can remember in my life. I felt earthquakes in LA, but this earthquake just seemed like it was never going to stop. And when it finally did, we headed back to the house where we were staying. We were actually wrapping up a tour of northern Japan when the earthquake hit on Friday. We've been there for about 3 weeks. And a very generous family named the Shirais had seen us at their Jew promenade a couple of years back and had generously flown us out to Japan, booked us shows, and traveled with us. We met back at their house and we watched in terror as the tsunami came back and wiped out part of Sendai, where we had just played 2 days before the earthquake. And the news continued and the nuclear reactors started, and at that point we decided to leave and head for the mountains.
Yeah, and the whole family we didn't feel safe personally, just being from America. We didn't know what was happening. We just wanted to get out of there, so the family was like, okay, let's just go, and they just packed enough stuff for a couple nights, and we all just got into 3 different cars and drove to Nikko. And on the way there, we were just listening to the news the whole time, and it was in Japanese, so I didn't know what was going on. And I asked Yoshi, the father, he was riding with us in our car, and I said, what are they saying? Is it getting better? Is it worse? And he said, they're saying the same thing. I said, what are they saying? He said, I'm okay, how are you? Everything is fine, don't worry. But then the next morning when we got to Nikko, we started, getting on the internet and seeing what was going on. And it seemed like everything was not okay, regardless of what the media was saying. So we were pretty happy that we had left at that time to get out of there. And a bunch more families came to join us in Nikko, and it was just like a little get-together there, everybody getting out of Fukushima. So the last night that we were there, we were scheduled to leave on Monday morning, so we left to fly out to America. But the night before, we actually just played a little show in the hotel lobby where we were staying for some of the survivors and just people in Nikko. And it was a great experience. It was very moving.
Yeah, and the first song we played at that show is a song that we wrote about half a year ago called Find Me Soon. And after the concert, the father, Yoshi, asked us if we had written it about the people still waiting to be found. And we had never thought of it that way, but it made sense. So we hope as we play this that you'll remember the people still waiting even now to be found in Japan. This is called Find Me Soon. Just going to bed as the sun was waking up. This looks familiar, all too familiar. I need to live a little more, to see a little more, just to be sure there's nothing more. Electricity tonight, underneath this big bright city moon. That's where you'll find me. I hope you find me soon. Think I've been waiting for you, so I'll be looking too.
a name in mind, I dream it all the time. Every night I dream the same, except the name seems to change. All but tonight, this one feels right. There's an electricity tonight. Underneath this big bright city moon, that's where you find me. I hope you find me soon. Think I've been waiting for you, so I'll be looking too. Think I've been waiting for you, so I'll be looking too. Don't you get my hopes up, dear. It's been a while I've been here. You gotta find me, I hope you find me soon. Think I've been waiting for you, so I'll be looking too. Think I've been waiting for you, so I'll be looking too. That's where you find me. I hope you find me soon.